what do you got there, Peter?
Rice cakes? Never had one, but somebody told me this is a really good way to start your diet.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen of the World Wide Web. Welcome back to the Getting Sidetracked podcast, episode 14. A little bit of a different format for the intro here because, quite frankly, in the lore, we are driving all the way across the United States in a fucking fire truck. And so I think we've just decided that for now, we're going to just get started, like just do the podcast. And we're going to run without intros, I think, for a little bit because why the fuck not, right?
Yeah.
I think cutting straight to the chase is something that everybody needs more of in their life. And I think we can provide that. If there's one thing this podcast has been good at, it's been providing for the lesser man, you know, for the plebeians out there.
Mean?
It means that this podcast in of itself is charity, and we should be praised for that. I think
people should be thankful for us.
People should be thankful. I want to see so many thank yous in the comments because we are the best.
If you don't comment thank you in the comments right now, I'll find you. I'll find you and I'll put you on the list.
Put you on the list. I mean, the list is growing. We have so many people on it. I don't know all the names that we have on the list at this point, but they will die in brutal and horrific and horrendous ways. And I will make sure of it. I have resources at my disposal, including a Lee Enfield number 4 Mark I. Legally, that's not a threat, but also if you don't say thank you, you might turn up dead within the next couple of days.
It's a promise.
I've seen him practice his reloads. He's gonna he can put down a few.
Yeah, and if there's if there just happens to be a 303 British round embedded in your stupid fucking skull, then they won't know how that happened, but it happened.
So, it looks like we just woke up and chose violence for this intro.
Yeah. I'm in a violent mood today, Big Fish. Like I'm ready to just
violent?
kill everything. Yeah, I'm feeling like there's a bomb in the core of the earth, and I have the detonator, and my fucking finger is hovering over the
Let
butt.
it all out. Let out all of the violence for it. This is the violent episode.
Joe Biden.
No, I went shooting again yesterday.
Yeah.
I was supposed to go shooting with my rifle, but when we went, so it was a friend of mine's birthday, and like he was inviting a bunch of his friends to do like, hey, for my birthday, like we're gonna go shooting, and I wanted to invite a bunch of my friends, and we went to like an indoor range, which is different than what I had experience with before, which is when I shot my Lee Enfield in an outdoor range, but this one was an indoor range, and I shot up with my rifle, and they were like, okay, so for an indoor range, if you're using full caliber rifles, you have to use our ammunition. You cannot bring your own ammo. Like you have to buy it from us. Yeah.
What?
So then, of course, I was like, okay, like shit. I guess like fine. Not much I can do about that. And they were like, yeah, okay. So what gun did you bring? Oh, a Lee Enfield, a World War II era surplus Lee Enfield. And they were like, oh, what ammo does it use? I was like 303 British, and they're like, yeah, we don't have that.
Of course we don't.
So you can't shoot your gun. And I was like, okay. So I just I left it in the car, but I got to shoot my dad's Glock, which was a lot of fun. That was the first time I'd ever shot pistols. It was really cool.
I've got to admit, I still do. I really like when I get to America at some point. I do want to go to a range, try a few.
Have you ever been shooting? Either of you?
I've shot crossbows, but that's about it, and airsoft rifles. But like, ooh.
I was gonna say that pales in comparison. Handguns are surprisingly hard to control. Maybe just, I mean, again, it was my first time ever, and it was with a Glock. But I got to shoot 3 different pistols. I shot my dad's Glock, which is a 9mm, and then my buddy brought his own like .22 caliber revolver, so I got to shoot a revolver, and it was a Colt Army Action, which is I have an airsoft pistol, or I have an airsoft like version of that pistol, and so it's funny because he was like he put it in front of me and he was like showing me all the buttons and how it worked, and I was like, oh, I already know how this works. Like this is exactly the same as a pistol that I already own. So I got to shoot that. It was a lot of fun. 22 has fucking zero recoil, like my god. And then 2 different 9mm pistols. My dad's Glock, and then a Beretta. Not a M9, but a different. It was manufactured by Beretta, but it honestly looked like a Makarov almost. It was a very weird, like James Bond looking pistol.
Okay. APPK?
It kind of looked like a Walther, yeah, but I don't know. I don't really know my small arms that well. Despite how it may seem, I am not a gun nerd. Although I am like really dropping heavily into that territory without meaning to.
Huh.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, okay, yeah, no, go for it.
No, just because I don't want to, because I know that I just know how people see gun nerds and all the shit that's going on with that in the world right now. I don't want to be a gun nerd, but I am definitely falling for it.
Last week.
Yeah. Reddit was up in arms, but that was to be expected.
But yeah. Meanwhile, a movie that I've been waiting for 18 fucking years has finally came out.
Yes, sir.
I've been waiting for it since I was 3 fucking years old.
Top Gun Dose, right?
Top Gun Maverick, yeah, the second one.
Top Gun Maverick. No, it's literally called Top Gun Dose because the new plot point is that Tom Cruise can speak Spanish.
The MiG-28 pilots were Spanish pilots in training.
It's like Top Gun The Wall, you know?
Top Gun. It's like that episode, or it's like that in the Toy Story movie when Buzz speaks Spanish for the whole movie. It's really funny. Okay, wait. I have a question for that movie.
Yeah.
Obviously, the whole gimmick is that like Buzz speaks Spanish, and then everyone's like, "Oh, we don't understand." I'm like, "Haha, it's funny." What happened to like when that movie was released in like Mexico and Spain, countries that spoke Spanish? What was the joke? Did they switch him to English?
I've seen like YouTube videos where that's that particular scene in different countries, and in Spanish speaking countries, I think he turns to like German or something.
That's awesome. Because if there's one thing the Spanish don't understand, it's those pesky Germans.
But yeah, no. Top Gun was fucking insane.
Oh, it was good.
Oh man, I don't think there has been a single sequel to a movie that has been as good as this.
Whoa, that's saying a lot. You're going even beyond like Terminator.
You see, no, but like beloved franchise that have
Transformers: Revenge of the Fallen. Are you saying this movie is better than Transformers: Revenge of the Fallen? I mean, do you remember that scene when the guy is
I've never seen it.
He gets tased
underneath
in the balls.
like the pyramid, and there's balls, and he's like, "Oh, I'm under the balls, guys."
I'm under the balls.
That's funny.
But yeah, no, like franchise that have had that got a big break, kind of like Star Wars, and then came back.
Yeah.
Usually, they get destroyed. I can think of Indiana Jones, Star Wars, etc.
Yeah.
Top Gun has a rating of 97% right now.
The original or this new one?
No, the new one.
Oh,
on
wow.
Rotten Tomatoes. Everybody loved it.
Pretty fucking high.
Everybody loved it. The crowd was fucking cheering. It was awesome. It's a funny movie.
Yeah.
It's a cute movie. It's
cute?
No,
Top Gun is cute.
There's some cute scenes.
I'm so happy about that. If there's one thing that when I watched the original Top Gun, I was like, this movie is just not cute enough, man. And when they were in the boardroom and they were like, what are we going to do for Top Gun 2? They said, we need to make it cuter.
No, but like,
I'm glad that they followed through on it.
There's some very, very nice scenes. I'm not going to spoil anything, by the way.
Oh.
He kills Thanos.
Fair. That's fair.
Yeah,
I actually do kind of want to watch it. As much as like I'm not really a plane guy. I'm much more of a plane guy than I'm a boat guy, that's for sure. But obviously tanks are my number one. But planes are kind of cool.
Yeah.
I do like really well done.
Like planes.
I was gonna say I do enjoy really well done dogfight scenes. I do think dogfights have a lot of potential in terms of like cinematic.
The
like
thing, like you got one
really
thing you gotta
cool.
know is that all the plane scenes who are not obviously made with CGI because you cannot do it in real life, kind of like an aircraft being cut in half by a missile or
Sure,
something like this, or an aircraft exploding, or this or that. It's all
but the
real.
rest of it
It's all real.
is all of it real, or just those?
Well,
You said like there's
well,
the specific
except the
things.
scenes that you cannot make in real life.
Yeah, but the rest of it is real.
Yeah, and the pilot, like the actors, are in the aircrafts.
Yeah, dude, that's
And
so
they
fucking
and
cool
you
that Tom
see them
Cruise was like,
you
yeah, let me just
see
learn
the,
how to fucking fly a plane real
you
quick.
see them pulling the G's. There's a
Yeah.
no, I'm not spoiling. I really need not to spoil. But like
Mm-hmm.
there's scenes where
Why
they
are
pull
you even?
G's. Well, of course, there's scenes they pull G's, and you see their face just distorted with all the
Yeah.
fucking force. And that by the way is in literally the trailers, so it's not a spoil.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, no, like it's super well shot. It's made in IMAX too, which is super cool. Um, no, really, really, they've basically just took the original Top Gun, made a new story, a new follow-up story that made sense, and put it to a modern standard.
That's awesome.
So,
Yeah, so are they flying? So the original Top Gun took place in like the 80s or whatever, right?
86.
86. So does this one take place in 2022 or is
Yeah,
it like
2022.
95 or
It's
whatever?
in
Yeah.
92
Okay.
and 22.
So it really is just like
Yeah.
how much time has passed since
Yeah.
the first one.
And that's a big point of the movie.
Okay.
That's like, yeah. I don't want to say anything. Go
Maverick.
watch it.
Okay.
Go and go watch it. And don't be like those fucking idiots I've seen on Facebook, on modeling groups on Facebook, who are like, well, this is not realistic. It's a fucking Top Gun movie. Do you think the first Top Gun's realistic?
They already are looking at like the planes and they're just like, you couldn't actually do that.
I'm
Actually,
Yeah.
looking for rivets on this wing.
Actually,
and I must admit,
the Cobra maneuver doesn't actually have any real tactical application. It's like,
what do you
the fuck
mean?
is
It has a tactical application in the movie. These guys are wrong. I've seen
Yeah.
it in this documentary movie known as Top Gun Maverick.
yeah.
It does a Cobra and it does something.
yeah. Also, we had the occasion to see like the preview. So before the premiere,
Mm-hmm.
we won tickets for it. So
That's so
we
cool.
saw it before anyone could. And
Anyone except the other ones that were
no.
there, of course.
Yeah, of course. And it was so sad
You
because
guys
there
are
was a
special.
limited amount of tickets and some like it's first arrive first serve. So you arrive there, and if there's no place, there's no place. Sorry. And because
Damn.
they've overbooked the theater, so there were people who were like, "Well, we're not getting a seat," but. And so yeah.
Well, speaking of movies, so you got the really, really good movie of Top Gun.
Yeah.
What are some really bad yet funny movies that you've seen? Do you guys have any like so bad it's good movies?
Okay, so bad because I was gonna ask like movies that are not trying to be funny, but are funny, or
Sort of, yeah.
or movies that are funny but that are supposed to be funny but aren't.
Ooh, honestly, both are equally as painful, I would imagine.
Honestly, Schindler's List.
I don't know.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Stinky. It's going to be found in a dumpster tomorrow.
Wait, hold on. Now I'm genuinely curious. Hold on.
You know
A
what
movie
Schindler's List
that
is about?
should not be funny, but is. I'm well aware of what Schindler's List is about.
Yeah, it's a pretty heavy team movie.
Yeah, so this is a movie that you found funny,
No, bro.
but isn't supposed to be
No.
funny.
It's a fuck.
Oh, I
Yeah.
thought because
It's a movie
I've never
about
seen
the
it, so I thought
Holocaust.
maybe
Jesus.
I've never seen it, so I thought maybe you were trying to say like there are scenes in it that are actually like weirdly funny.
Well, I mean, yes, of course. Any serious movie is gonna have like a funny scenes. There's one scene at the beginning that's like you get a giggle of it, but like the overall theme of the movie is pretty heavy.
I'd
Sure.
never stop associating Giggle with Schindler's List, please.
With Schindler's List.
A
I
movie
actually
of
will
mine.
say, I think I actually did. I think I was actually laughing at the end of Boy in the Striped Pajamas.
Jesus Christ! How?
Simply because I did not expect them to fucking do that. Because we watched it in class, we watched it in school,
me too.
in class, and so I was just like, oh, like it's just gonna be like a generic, like whatever, like it's just gonna be a generic Holocaust movie, like whatever. But like, and then it was about kids. So I was like, okay, it's about a kid. Like, this is kind of interesting, kind of boring, kind of all about like, who's really the bad guys. And then, and then at the end of the movie, I guess I can spoil it, right? Nobody's fucking waiting for
if you haven't seen
kids
it,
in the
it's
striped
been like
pajamas.
when did it come out? I'm just gonna look it up.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. It's been so long.
You guys spoiled Star Wars. End of discussion. Do it.
2008.
Still, point. 2008. Yeah.
If you wanted to see it, you would have seen it by now.
Yeah. So at the end of the movie, the whole movie, Kid in the Striped Pajamas is about a kid who is it's a Holocaust little kid.
He's the son of the whole director of Auschwitz-Birkenau.
Yeah. So the whole like movie is it's about this like German kid who there's a concentration camp like not far from where he lives because his dad is like the head of Auschwitz or whatever you said, whichever camp you said it was. And so, as a German kid, he's living in Germany with the idea that Germany's all awesome. And then he meets this boy who's in striped pajamas on the other side of a barbed wire fence. And then it turns out that, he's a Holocaust kid. So it's like this it's like this tale of like innocence, like this one kid who's going through all this trauma of being in these concentration camps, and this other German kid who like doesn't understand it is like, why are you wearing striped pajamas? Or why are you working all day? Or like, it's supposed to be like, it's supposed to show this horrific event and like this weird childish innocence. And it's an interesting movie. But then at the end of the fucking movie, the kid gets gassed. They literally fucking put them all in the gas chambers, and like there is a scene where because I literally did not expect them to do it was so like out of pocket that I just started laughing quietly. Like nobody in the classroom heard it.
In the end, like the boy in the striped pajama tells the other kid, "Yeah, come, I'm gonna make you visit and everything." And basically, when they get into the barrack, and Germans bust open the door, everybody in line, we're going to take a shower, and basically the dad, who is the director, was like, "Holy shit, where's the kid? Where's the kid?" Runs to the camp, and at the moment he arrives, the gas thing is opened.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, there was the story that the German dad, because like his son kept coming back and being like, like I've made friends with like a kid in the concentration camp, and at first dad is like, what the fuck? Why would you do that? But then like he starts to learn through his kid that this boy in the striped pajamas, this poor Jewish kid, isn't a bad kid or whatever, and he starts to see like, well, if my son really likes this kid, then maybe he's cool. So I think towards the end of the movie, the dad starts like doing things to try to get the kid freed from the camp. And then, like it comes out of nowhere. Like you do not expect them at all. First of all, like you don't think the kid's gonna die because the whole movie is like pretty upbeat. So you think they're gonna go through with like, oh, the kid survives. You think it'll be a happy ending. But then not only that, but the kid fucking dies. Yeah. The kid literally gets gassed in the most horrible way possible. It was so out of pocket and unexpected. I was just like, I laughed because I did not. So that's probably a movie that should not have been funny, but was. At the very end.
I'm gonna take this away from you real quick, and what kind of? I was just gonna say like Hot Shots, which is just a parody of Top Gun, and like a shitty made one, and you guys went on to say that Holocaust movies are funny.
Yeah, well, his was a joke, and then mine was real, and I think that's where maybe that's where we should put a pause and say, hold on, what's a movie? I'm trying to think of like really bad movies that I've seen though. I don't watch like a lot of movies. I don't know
if it's bad, but there's this like parody of Top Gun called Hot Shots with Charlie Sheen, which is essentially like absurd humor. It's great, it's funny, it's amazing, but it's also like cheaply made and. I don't know.
It's made to look cheap. It's like it's kind of like Spaceballs.
Have you ever seen it?
Oh hell yeah!
Have you ever seen Hot Shots?
I've seen clips.
I have Hot Shots in my shelf right now.
Huh? I have Top Gun.
And I could stream it.
No.
What do you mean? Hot Shots is superior.
We're recording a podcast right now. We can't just watch a movie. You
I was
idiot.
saying later, stupid.
Well, how about you not be stupid? You know what movie was actually really not good? The new Doctor Strange. I'm gonna say it right now.
I'm fucking done. Okay, can I make a rant? Can I go for a fucking rant? No.
Okay.
Okay, now everybody shut up. Paul, aka Nomad Prod, is fucking done with Marvel. I am so done. Endgame was a good ending. I watched it once. Never again. Okay, fine. Okay, ending, good. Why are we going on? Why are we... Oh,
Money.
that's the only reason.
Money.
Doctor
I
Strange
love
in the
money.
comics is a side character for Spider-Man. Yes, he has a few comics to his name, but the point of Doctor Strange is to be a side character for Spider-Man. Why do we need movies about Doctor Strange? Why?
Because Benedict Cumberbatch is hot.
I mean,
I'll
you got a
admit
point,
that I
but
was
like-
kind of curious about Doctor Strange as a character, but then I realized that I really didn't care, so I didn't go see the movie. And now, well, you guys are telling me that it sucks, so
So the new all right, in my opinion, so yes, Endgame was a great ending. I think, like, overall, they should have ended it there. But obviously that's not how this works.
it
However,
makes money.
the Spider-Man No Way Home was quite good.
Well,
liked it.
the one with,
actually, it was really good.
with the two others.
Yeah, with Tobey Maguire and Andrew
Well, the
Garfield.
only-
That was actually really good. I liked that movie a lot. I liked the way it ended, actually. I liked the way it ended a lot.
Did we see a lot of them? Like a lot of Tobey
Oh.
Maguire and
They were in like the last third of the movie. I definitely think they should have had more screen
They should have
time,
been
but
there for like after the first act.
yeah, no, they definitely show up. They're there for like the last third of the movie, I would say, for sure. But then yeah, this new Doctor Strange movie, it's so weird. It's weird in the sense like it just doesn't fit like Marvel, if that makes sense. Like it's just a very odd it's in a very weird place. Like it's obviously a Sam Raimi movie because Sam Raimi's the guy who made it.
Okay.
But like it's just, I think because of that, it just doesn't quite fit. Yeah,
over the
it's
top.
like a little too over. Yeah, it's a bit too stylized in the weirdest ways.
Kind of like the first three Spider-Mans. You know, the Raimi
Yes,
movie.
yeah, because Sam Raimi directed the first three Spider-Man movies as well, the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies. There are a lot of like cool moments, because it's like, oh shit, like, you know, Sam Raimi, he does some interesting stuff with it, but I think because of that, it feels a little bit weird for a Marvel movie, and also there are just some pieces of it that weren't executed very well. I will say the best part of that movie easily is Scarlet Witch. Her portrayal in that movie is insanely good. She's she's a really, really cool and interesting character. In Doctor Strange, this new Doctor Strange, but also everyone else was pretty shit. Actually, Doctor Strange was not bad. Oh yeah, this other this new girl that they've introduced. Her name is literally America. Apparently, she's part of the comics, but she's part of like the new comics. She's like the whole person who can like do the multiverse stuff. This isn't that much spoilers. Like if you've seen any trailers, you pretty much kind of know about that. But I didn't like her. I didn't like a lot of the other characters, and there was a lot of stuff there's just a lot of wasted opportunity. I think there's a lot of stuff that they just did wrong.
The thing I don't like about Marvel is you watch a behind the scene for a Marvel movie. It's green with some characters that have their costumes. And again, if you compare that to Top Gun, which is mostly real footage, except when like CGI is really needed. Like it feels so much more alive to me. You get a sense of the real thing, where like let's say if I remember watching Captain America: Civil War, and you know the last fight at the airport, that shit was fucking boring. Because
really?
I knew that half of the characters were not in the same filming together. Spider-Man was not really there. Spider-Man was completely CGI. Ant-Man was completely CGI.
I think you would be surprised at what scenes are completely CG and which ones aren't. I'm not saying you're wrong, but I'm saying that I think you would be surprised how often that's not always the case.
Yeah, but like,
but also I'm able to get past that.
honestly, no, too much CGI is too much. Like the last fight in Endgame, it's an animated movie with actors.
Mm-hmm.
That's something that pisses me off. That's why I like Chris Nolan so much, because he tries to use as little CGI as possible. It's mostly actor plays, very little CGI, real things happening on screen. That's I really like that. I just really loved seeing the actors do the actual thing.
I'm not really like, I'm not super against CG like that. I think if it's used, I think the best CG is CG that is used like in conjunction with practical effects.
That's what I'm telling you. That's fine. It's like in the new Top Gun.
Again, I think you would be surprised at how much in Marvel they do stuff like that. I mean, I don't disagree with you that it is like a CG fest.
Like,
but I don't know.
Like every time I watch a fucking, not a backstage, but like a behind the scenes, it's just green everywhere. It's like.
So how do you feel about the prequels?
Yeah, that's exactly it. That's the thing that's missing for the prequels. It's all green and blue.
So you think the prequels are a CG overload as well?
Completely. Oh, 100%.
I mean, it is a CG overload, but you think that hinders the movie?
Totally, because the CG is dog shit. Except some places the CG is dog
really
shit. Like
really, I think for its time, like the prequels look amazing for their time.
Star Wars 3. When Anakin comes back from the space fight at the beginning of the movie, and he sees Padme, and she's like, "I'm pregnant." There's a pillar. She's hiding behind a pillar, and the pillar is facing out through her.
Mm-hmm.
The pillar is facing out. It's facing in. We can see the pillar behind her.
Yeah.
CG is not well done.
Wait, what do you? Wait, huh? What do you mean? The pillar is facing in. We can't.
She's technically in front of the pillar, but we can see a part of the pillar like ghosting through her, because she hasn't been added very well. If you get what I mean. She hasn't been integrated into the scene.
I need to look at the scene that you're talking about, because I do not quite know what you're talking about.
Okay.
But I think the prequels look amazing for their time. And maybe like modern day wouldn't hold up that well, but for their time, I think the CG looks amazing. And I think
I don't know, man. I feel like if they just took what they knew from the first movie, all the practical effects, and just put it to a modern day standard, that would have been so much better.
Well, the prequels had to happen that way, because the prequels were a huge stepping stone in CG for that reason.
Like, I don't know, man.
I think one thing that I actually found interesting that somebody said once that I at first didn't like, I felt the same way they did, but I couldn't explain why until they said something. Where the Jedi in the prequels, when they're fighting like the droids and stuff, because all the droids are CG and aren't actually there, Obi-Wan and Anakin and all the Jedi, when they're fighting droids, they're just swinging their lightsabers wildly, and then their lightsabers just like are kind of happen to hit, like, because they place the droids in afterwards.
Yeah.
And that creates like a very interesting effect. And I didn't quite realize it at the time, but I liked that effect better because, as somebody described, it makes it look like they're being guided by the Force. Like, it just makes them like when they're just slaughtering like wave after wave of droids, it just makes it look so effortless that they're just simply walking down a hallway, just swinging their lightsaber, and they're just cutting these droids apart. It makes it seem so much more like there's something else guiding them. And then in newer films, when the props are actually there and they have to like make eye contact with the thing, and then like they have to see it and swing at it. Like, I get it for obviously if you're having like a lightsaber duel, but somebody had mentioned that once, and I think that's a very interesting way of looking at it, and I agree with them.
I don't know, seeing that
bring back fully CG droids.
I feel like seeing the actors actually interacting with things makes it much more visceral. Makes it much more.
But I think if the CG is good enough, then you don't even notice.
The things that you always that's the problem. Again, like if there's too much CG, I always notice it. Like, this is a bit janky.
Well, aren't you special?
Yeah, I am special. My mom tells me that a lot.
Because you can see all CG constantly at all times every day.
No, but like
You walk outside and you're like, that's CG.
there's some CG that's very well done. I'm not saying anything, but like you said earlier, to me, CG needs to be put in conjunction of practical effects. It doesn't need to replace it. It needs to work with it. And like that's one of my main problems with the end scene of Endgame. It's all CG, and I don't like that. I really don't.
Fair enough.
So rant over.
What about? Have you seen Battle of the Bastards in Game of Thrones?
Is it the one where John faces out against an army like alone?
Yeah, and then like the other army comes in behind him and saves him or whatever.
Well, that looks fantastic because the CG.
I was gonna say, because did you realize that like 90% of
Well,
that
of
scene
cour-
is CG?
Yeah, well, it's Lord of the Rings, they could not have an entire army doing the charge at the
Yeah.
end, at the last charge. Of course, it was CG, but it's in
Mhm.
conjunction with practical effect.
You are
The-
correct.
It's not just like the Avengers, where it's a green screen in a studio, where the actors just punch in the air, doing nothing. Like Jon Snow is in the field, he has the sword, he is covered in fake blood and dirt, and there's actors around him, and then you add the cavalry behind. That to me is fair. It's a fair way to do CG. But like when CG replaces everything except the actors, that to me is crossing the line.
Okay.
That's what I like also with Quentin Tarantino movies. Barely
Yeah.
any CG. Like the fake blood is patches of blood, which explode, and everything.
I still need to see the Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I still haven't seen that movie.
It's a fever dream. It's very good, but it's a fever
Really?
dream. Yeah, it's very good.
That's awesome though. What do you think about CG Big Fish? What are your opinions, huh?
Oh yeah,
Give us
I'm
the
still
Big
here.
Fish. Yeah, give us the Big
but
Fish take.
I've been letting you go on this emotional rant because I realize that I really don't fucking care as much as you guys. But I think the biggest thing about CG is just that it's a big risky move because it needs to be done well. CG needs to be perfect, and that's why people hate it so much because it's not. It's like if you see, I remember like one of the old Jaws movies, and I eventually like they're in an underwater lab
Yeah,
and
Jaws
stuff,
3.
and the shark comes in, and yeah, the shark known as Jaws comes in, and he just breaks the windows, and it's such a terrible looking effect of like window breaking. I still have that image plastered into my mind, and like that's so fucking bad. It's so bad. I don't know. I don't know much about the subject. I don't care much about it. I just think that the reason why people hate it so much is just that it needs to be well done, and it's not more often than not because of limitations and how much skill it takes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen. Actually, I know I have not seen the original Jaws movie, but I believe you. The whole
was
meme
like
of that
Jaws
movie is that
3
like,
or
oh, the
something.
jaw looks fake,
Well, I mean,
or the jaw looks fake. The shark looks fake.
The jaw looks fake.
the
jaw looks fake.
The thing was so unreliable. You know why we only see the full shark at the end of the movie? Because the thing was so unreliable, they just could not use it,
Yeah.
and it cost so much. So good thing the movie was a success because holy shit.
One movie I will say that I think CG has done it dirty is the Jurassic Park movies.
The last ones?
Yeah, like just the
Yeah, I
whole reboot,
remember
like
a
the
few
whole
things, yeah.
the entire the entire Chris Pratt reboot, like the Jurassic World
Yeah.
series, in comparison to like the original Jurassic Park, like oh my god, the difference is night and day.
That's exactly my point because the first Jurassic Park used CG in conjunction with practical effects. You see when
I mean, it's mostly practical, man.
Yeah,
Well,
that's the thing.
yeah, actually, it is. It's
Like,
mostly practical.
The Brachiosaurus at the beginning of the movie obviously CGI because you cannot have a 9-meter tall animal right there.
Yeah.
But like the raptor when he holds it in his hand when he just hatched
Yeah.
from the egg, that's practical. The T-Rex,
No.
most of it is practical,
The
except that scene where
animatronics
he
in that movie
screams.
are insane. Yeah.
And also you want a fun fact?
I do want a fun fact. I like fun and I like
when
facts.
the
False
T-Rex
fun fact.
busts through the windows of the top window of the car when he wants
Yeah.
to eat Tim and what's his sister? Tim and
I don't
Alex.
know. Bitch.
The T-Rex was not supposed to bust through the roof.
Oh, really? It was
Oh
just
yeah,
supposed
that's
to,
a
like...
classic.
It,
Yeah.
it wasn't.
Huh.
It wasn't supposed to. So it busts through, and the kid's scream is genuine.
That's pretty
They
awesome.
were actually screaming.
Fuck those kids.
And Joe Mazzello, which plays Tim, the kid, well the
Yeah.
guy kid, went on to play Sledgehammer in the Pacific.
I don't know who that is or what movie that is.
Well, it's the TV show. You know the follow-up
I
to
don't-
Band of Brothers.
How do you play as a
Oh.
sledgehammer? I thought it was a house tool.
Yeah, that seems a bit odd to me that you'd be able to, like, act as a sledgehammer. I mean, that takes some serious
But
talent.
he just like
That's,
headbutt some things, huh? Stupid.
Yeah, you just kind
I
of...
mean, he's kind of
it's-
part of a mortar team.
Oh, Morbius, guys. Has any of y'all seen Morbius?
Morbid
Please,
time.
I'm begging you. I've seen some shit memes made by big corporations on Twitter. Please, I don't understand. I'm old. I'm out of the loop.
It's
Please,
Morbin
what's
time.
Morbius?
It's Morbin time. So Morbius, I guess, well, time to ruin the joke by explaining it, but whatever. So
Do it.
Morbius is it's a Marvel movie. So step one, there you go. Morbius is a character in Marvel. He's a vampire, I think. Okay, so his name is Dr. Michael Morbius, and he's a doctor, but he's also a vampire, or like he becomes a vampire. So then it becomes like this, oh shit, like do I save lives or do I be a vampire? Like do I use the Hippocratic Oath and save people? I'm a doctor, or do I be a vampire? Oh my god, moral ambiguity. Like he's kind of supposed to be like this like anti-hero type. Like that's his character, right? And so whether you agree with that character or not, doesn't fucking matter because they made the movie anyways. So Morbius, they made the movie for Morbius. So first red flag for the movie is that Jared Leto is playing Dr. Morbius, and we all know how much the internet already fucking hates Jared Leto. So already nobody was excited for this movie. Secondly, the trailers just like looked kind of bad. Thirdly, again, Morbius is not exactly like the most popular Marvel character ever, and so also people were just not excited for this movie, like, and it just nobody was really interested in it at all. So then the movie comes out, and it fucking sucks. Like it's complete and absolute dog shit, just like everyone expected. But for some reason, I'm not quite sure why exactly, but for some reason the meme became that it's amazing.
Yeah, of course.
Like the meme is that it's like the fucking best movie of all time. Like it has like a 200% on Rotten Tomatoes, and like it revolutionized the movie industry. Like that's the meme.
This is some fucking Bob Simple garbage. Get it out of
Yes,
here.
it literally is. Yeah, it's that. Wait,
meme.
This thing that we knew was going to be bad turned out to be bad. Okay, let's make a meme where it's good. Sorry, I keep sneezing. I apologize. Yeah, like let's make a meme where the whole joke is that it's actually really good. So that's where you're seeing the memes everywhere that Morbius is like the best movie ever made, and you're seeing like photoshopped images of it having like 200% on Rotten Tomatoes and shit.
Sorry, sir, we're not.
So, yeah.
We're not showing Morbius anymore in the cinema.
My expectations for
stab,
that
stab, stab, stab.
My expectations
exactly.
for the meme was low, but like
I actually kind of like it. I actually think the meme is pretty funny. Specifically, my favorite versions of the meme are the people who are like making up quotes. They're like, dude, everyone in the theater went nuts when he said it's Morbin time.
that's kind of funny.
Or when he was going up against the final boss and he said, "You've morbed your last Morbius." Everyone went crazy, dude. The theater everyone was clapping. Like I love those quotes when people just take like completely stupid shit and just add morb to it. And then just say it's a quote from the movie.
It's time to morb some morbid.
Yeah, it's time to morb. I'm going morb. Morb.
He's super Morbian right now, guys.
He's super Morbian, yeah. He's going super morb. So yeah,
that's it. That's the whole thing.
Morbius. Yep, that's yeah, long pause, but yeah, that's literally it. It's just that the movie sucked and everyone knew it was gonna suck, and so as the meme, people will just make it that it's really good.
I mean,
and I'm all
that
for
has
it.
That has been done with multiple movies, like main example, The Room.
Yeah, well, The Room is interesting because like,
it's actual trash.
You go ahead. Yes, you are correct. What were you gonna say, Big Fish?
Varoom is. I thought the meme with Varooms was just like the delivery of some lines, and like, oh, it's bad. Let's make it a joke.
Well, also, I mean, have you actually seen The Room?
No.
The plot is creative,
not good,
and also horrendous. Yeah, the plot is not great, but yes, there definitely is like that sense of just it's like the delivery of the lines and the lines themselves, the dialogue. It is just a generally poorly made movie, but like because of that, it's funny. I'm pretty sure Morbius is just like genuinely like a bad movie. Like it's not even like
so
funny bad. Yeah, like it's the kind of thing where it's like, yes, it's not so bad that it's good. That's yeah, that's what I would say. Whereas The Room is like, it's made by this foreign guy and clearly nobody wants to be there, and like the plot is ridiculous, and like it's the kind of thing where it's like, yeah, it's so bad that it's funny. Morbius was not. I think that's where the main difference lies here. That Morbius is just genuinely not a good movie.
Also,
same thing with Venom. Have you guys seen Venom? Also, Morbius had a budget. Yeah. Venom was a horrible movie.
Did you know that you had right? The Constitution says you do.
Oh yeah. Hi, I'm Saul Goodman. Did you know that you have rights? The Constitution says that you do. The Venom meme. That's a really fucking funny meme. It's zooming around on Venom's face.
Imagine. Somebody probably like looked back and like, wait, what's that noise?
But yeah, somebody thought like it was coming from speakers in the room. Okay.
He's in
your Better Call Saul. Is it a new TV show on Netflix?
From
it's
what
not.
I get,
sorry.
For what I get, it's a follow. Fuck. For what I get, it's a follow-up to Breaking Bad.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask. Is it like a spin-off?
It is. So it's not a new show in the sense that, like, it's only just now coming out. Actually, if anything, I think the final season is happening right now, and that's another reason why you're kind of seeing it pop up in meme culture and stuff again, is because the show's coming to an end. But yes, it's a sequel to Breaking Bad, or actually, it's a prequel to Breaking Bad. It's a spinoff.
Yes, it is a prequel, actually. Yeah.
Because one of the characters in Breaking Bad is Saul, and so this show is like Saul's origin story, so to speak. How he went from like being a good lawyer to being a bad lawyer to being Saul. So yes,
they call him.
And apparently it's very good. I was really hoping that Better Call Saul could live up to like how good Breaking Bad was, and from everything I'm seeing, and also considering like there are memes of it everywhere, and you know people talk about it a lot. Like from what I've seen, Better Call Saul is actually quite is just as good as Breaking Bad. From what I've heard, people that are watching it say they really really like it. So I need to pick it up at some point, but it's just really really hard to get me to watch anything. So
agreed.
TV shows,
yeah.
In general, TV, I cannot stand. I cannot really watch a TV show. Usually, like if it's too long,
I'm just too lazy.
If it's over 3 seasons, it's too long for me.
Damn.
It's
Clone Wars, bro.
What?
Clone Wars, dude.
I have like no interest for it. I don't.
It's like not even about how long it is. It's just that I have several things I'd rather do.
Yeah. Well, yeah, part of it is definitely like I'm super busy and have a lot going on all the time and don't always have time to commit to. If I have free time, I'm going to use it to either play a game, edit a video, or like talk with friends, like on Discord and shit. So like I'm not always committing time to doing watching TV shows or movies. So it's really, really hard to get me, like all my personal friends know that it's notoriously hard to get me to watch anything.
It's like Peaky Blinders.
Even if like even if like I'll genuinely enjoy it. Like people have recommended a lot of shows that like I listen to that and I'm like, oh yeah, like the plot of that actually sounds really cool. Like that actually sounds like a movie I would genuinely enjoy. And then they're like, yeah, well, you should watch it. It's on Netflix or whatever. And I'm like, yeah, I might watch it. And
Yeah,
then I
I'll
just
watch
never.
it, and then you don't.
Yeah,
That's
I never get
straight up
around
me.
to it.
Well,
Yeah.
you see, in general, 10 episodes is the max I'm gonna watch. Like, and the TV show needs to be 10,
I thought you said 3
10
seasons, you
episodes.
fucking stupid idiot.
Yeah, but like, if I get to 3 seasons.
If.
Yeah.
3 seasons is your max.
Yeah.
But your average is 10 episodes?
Yeah, but like, I like short mini-series. Chernobyl, The Pacific, Catch
Mhm.
22, Band Brothers.
I'm sorry, Band
Yeah,
of Brothers
Band of Brothers
is
is
not
on
a
my bucket list. I
miniseries.
really need to see it.
Band of Brothers is a mini-series.
It's not. It's way too
10
long.
episodes.
Your Mom is a miniseries, probably.
Fucking
if I had to
got him,
guess.
bro.
It's literally called a mini-series. Oh my god, I'm gonna...
He has to. Yeah, hold on. He's got to read.
pull out
He's
the
got to.
sources.
You're gonna Google it, and I'll be like, "Wow, crazy! I don't care." All right. Anyways,
Anyway.
something. Me one.
Mini-series. It's a mini-series. Go fuck yourself.
Anyways,
Listen me. I'm no man.
I have way too much of a headache right now for that.
Yeah. Big Fish and I can just continue this podcast without you. I mean, Lord knows that him and I were already like,
we know that
Lord
this
knows.
podcast is going downhill, anyways.
Yeah, Lord knows that him and I have been saying that this podcast has been going downhill since day one. And also Nomad or Big Fish hasn't really gotten a chance to talk too much today.
Yeah.
I think I think Nomad, you and I really shut him down with our rants,
It's big
with our
for me.
CGI movie rants.
It's it feels like the usual for this. Like two people go on a lovely heated rant, and then the other one's like, "Damn, I'm here." Wow.
Yeah,
It's
we need to
parents screaming
be
at each
more
other.
funny.
We need to be
Yeah.
funnier, guys.
All right, quick. Come up with a joke. Dude, I had such a good bit with my friends the other night. Actually, so I just recently rewatched
Is that a bit?
episode
Is it
3.
A bit or is it a genuine?
No, we did a bit.
Okay,
Hold on.
Wait,
Me and my friends did. Where are you confused? What?
Yeah,
What?
because
What?
I thought you were going on doing a bit right now about doing a bit with your friends.
I'm doing a bit about doing a bit with my friends. So in this bit with my friends, I'm doing a bit on right now. We watched episode 3 again, Star Wars episode 3. And for some reason, when we got to it was right around the time when we were getting to the Jedi Temple scene and Order 66, but it was a little bit before that. But we just I randomly came up with the idea of inserting Noble 6 from Halo Reach into random scenes in Star Wars. Like for some reason, I remember how the debate came up is because they were like, would Master Chief survive in the Star Wars universe? And that was a separate debate.
Probably.
But yeah, then it came up with Halo and Star Wars crossovers, and for some reason I just had all these funny ideas of inserting Noble 6 into random scenes in Star Wars. And specifically on the Jedi Temple scene when Anakin goes into the room to kill the younglings. I just imagine instead of Anakin, it's Noble 6. And he walks in with the DMR, and they're just like, Noble 6, there's too many of them. What are we going to do? And the camera's just on his blank, expressionless visor. And he pulls up the DMR, and he has to fucking shoot all the kids. And he doesn't he's not using an assault rifle, so he doesn't get to spray them down. He has the DMR, so he has to individually pop every single one of them in the head one at a time. The whole scene takes 5 minutes. They're all running around trying to hide behind chairs, and Noble 6 has to hunt them down, fucking pop them in the head with the DMR.
What the fuck? That sounds amazing. What the fuck?
He doesn't skip a beat. He doesn't slow down for a second. He just fucking does. He does the job. Or they're in the temple, it's the whole Noble team, and Carter goes 6, kill those younglings. Yes, sir. Walks out.
That feels like something Corridor Crew would do.
It's just Noble 6. It's just Noble 6 committing fucking Order 66. Or a meal. It could have also been a meal. I'm ready. How about you?
What was the closing arguments of could Master Chief survive in Star Wars debate? I want to know.
Okay, yeah, we came to a couple conclusions. Firstly, first the debates was, do the Jedi get the Force? Does the Force apply here? And we came to some separate conclusions of if the Force doesn't work on Master Chief, or for whatever reason the Force just doesn't exist in this scenario, without the Force, Master Chief would decimate. Master Chief would fucking kill the entire Star Wars universe. If the Force
As
didn't
it
exist.
should, yeah. I mean,
If the Force did exist, then he would probably not survive. He probably wouldn't decimate.
he does. I wonder what a late lightsaber would do on a shield, like a Spartan overshield.
Yeah, that was my argument. Was like, yeah, he has the overshield. Like his armor is already designed to take hits from like plasma-based weapons. So the Star Wars weapons wouldn't do anything to him. I mean, well, they would do anything,
Also,
but not like
had to
anything
do.
worse than the Covenant weapons.
Also, another thing, I know canon-wise, shell-based projectiles, with
Yeah, they do exist in Star Wars. They are real.
and they are extremely dangerous for Jedi's because their lightsabers don't stop them.
Yeah, exactly. That's why like the argument of if the Jedi don't have the Force and they're just a bunch of fucking monks with laser swords, Master Chief would fucking rip them apart.
Even if they could stop the bullets like they stopped the blasters, bullets will just go straight through. It doesn't. The lightsabers don't stop bullets like they stop blasters.
Yes.
I just gotta admit, I have this fucking image in my head since the moment you started talking about it of like Master Chief jumping around with a rocket launcher and like shooting rockets at the Jedi's feet and then teabagging them or something.
Yeah, I think he would completely destroy like the entire Star Wars universe if the Force, and even if the Force did exist. If you remember in Halo 4, the Didact had like some weird like Force type ability, and he was able to like hold Master Chief around. I mean, he never killed him, but like he probably could have at some point. But if the Jedi have the Force, it becomes a much more even fight. But I think minus the Force, you're done. But do you guys know about the Pokemon debate as well? The Pokemon versus Lions debate?
Oh, the Pokemon versus... I've heard about it. I don't remember my stance on it.
It's the original... All right, so, okay, basically here's how it goes. Who would win in a fight? The original 150 Pokemon, all of them, versus 1 billion lions. Now, there's a lot to think about here.
Yeah, well,
because 1 billion lions is a lot of fucking lions. Like, that is a lot.
Forget one thing.
That's a lot of lions.
Lions are extremely territorial. So they're going to fight each other.
Oh my god, you fucking nerd. Shut up.
Okay, well, let's just assume that they're all united against the Pokemon. Okay, like, they found a common enemy.
The Avengers.
They're we've created an Avengers level threat of 1 billion lions. And I mean, if anything, in this scenario, the Pokemon are the Avengers. But I mean, yeah, the Lions are willing to put aside their territorial disputes. You think the Lions would win? Keep in mind, Pokemon? 150 Pokemon. But think about Pokemon like Charizard, bro. Like he could fly and like shoot fire out of it. He's literally a dragon. Yeah, also, Pikachu with his electro abilities.
1 billion. I bet it would die. It would eventually die from exhaustion.
Fair. There's also a Pokemon that is literally just a god. But also, apparently, in the animated Pokemon TV show, they killed him with concrete. So that also wasn't that impressive.
I feel like
but there's good arguments both ways, I think.
I mean, arguably, if you drop a big cinder block on Jesus, I think his head would cave in. So I don't know.
I mean, that's a good point. That's a very good point. He's right about that. I don't know if anybody has ever tested that. Can we get Jesus in here and confirm?
He'll come back in 3 days. Don't worry.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Do you guys think that Jesus walks among us? Oh, among us.
My brain is ruined. All of it is ruined.
Among us? Okay, but what's your verdict? 1 billion lions or 150 Pokemon? Lions. Nomad says lions.
Do you say, Pokemon eat? Do Pokemon need to eat?
Yeah. They eat like berries and stuff. Also, there is apparently a healing Pokemon. A lot of people made the argument that there's one Pokemon that like heals and restores mana and stuff. Yeah, and a lot of people have made the argument that Pokemon could just sit on like a Charizard's back and constantly heal him and refresh his mana. And then Charizard could just fucking go. That's also fair. Personally, I don't wait for Big Fish's answer before I give mine. But yes.
I can't say that. If they have to eat, they can't just like fly around until all the lions die.
But you also have 150 different Pokemon. They can take turns, right?
Yeah.
It's a billion lion.
Fuck it.
But think about how many different Pokemon there are that have all these wacky and crazy abilities.
Billion lion.
What's the fucking Pokemon that can one of the like fucking insect type Pokemon that can use Harden all the time? Like it's in
I
the
don't know his
memes and shit.
name, but
The green one that kind of looks like a weird not ready banana. I think he's
I
just
don't
gonna
know its
use
name.
harden until like lions can't do shit to it, and that's it. The lions
It dies
die.
from exhaustion.
Well, but he
the
runs
thing,
out of
they're
mana at
animals.
some point.
Pokemons are animals. So, like, yeah, they can spit fire. They can heal people, but there's a point
Yeah, they've
where
got mad
exhaustion
raps.
kicks in. And we're talking
Yep.
about...
There's also
you know,
Pokemon that aren't really like corporeal. Like there's I fucking remember.
Also,
I
they have
think,
mana.
yeah,
do have
one of the
mana, and
Pokemon
that
is like just a
replenishes.
pile of sludge. Is it?
Is there a Pokemon that's
Fucking
just...
trash Pokemon or something? Like lions try to do something to it, it doesn't work.
I just want to preface that right now the Pokemons are fighting one for... Every Pokemon needs to kill 6,666,666 lions.
Well, to come back to
Pokemon needs to
Halo,
do
then
that.
it is an even fight.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Lions all the way. Not even a question.
Nah, I want to believe Pokemon. Pokemon, because
No, sorry. Go. Give your reasoning.
due to my bullshit science analysis, I think lions. Well, no, I think lions will lose because Pokemon are cooler. So like they get canceled on Twitter. No, that's not funny. Help! I just want Pokemon to win.
You know that
I'm not.
lions can merge together and do Mega Lion, and they have Big Lion too.
They can.
That's
That is something
fuck,
that is something that you forgot about.
Yeah,
It's
they can-
fucking. No, I forgot about Big Lion.
Big Lion.
Big
Damn.
lion. Big lion.
So powerful.
It's my favorite
he's
bit
so
from like Ted.
He's so powerful.
So fucking
Yeah.
powerful.
I do think the lion. I do
Police.
think 1 billion lions would win. I'm with Nomad on this one.
Yeah, if they get Big Lion, it's not even a fucking contest. Big Lion.
Well, even
like,
without
takes
Big
on all
Lion, like
150.
even like from the moment I heard that argument or like heard that hypothetical, I was Lion Gang all the way because like yeah, bro, like and this is the same like it's so funny because the people who think the Pokemon would win come up with all these crazy intricate arguments for all the different Pokemon and their
That by
abilities and all
itself
these
kind of
things.
show, yeah.
But the people who argue for the Lions all have the exact same argument. It's
a
1
fucking
billion lions. That's a lot of fucking lions. Like, I don't think you can fully comprehend how many 1 billion is. Like, that's 1/7. Take every single human being on Earth. 1 out of every 7 of them is a lion, and you're putting them all against the Pokemon. So I personally do think that the Pokemon would lose that. I think the Lions would win that fight.
It's like deep down, I know the Lions would lose, but I want the Pokemon to win because I think it's cooler. But
You just said the same. You said deep down, I know the Lions would lose, but I want the Pokemon to win. You meant to reverse that.
Yeah, I meant to reverse that. You know. Anyways, so it's settled. Master Chief would beat the Jedi easily, and the Lions would win.
So Master Chief would decimate the Star Wars universe, and 1 billion lions would be able to defeat 150 Pokemon. The original 150 Pokemon.
All right, we gotta merge. The tournament has been fuck off, Paul. The tournament has been they won their rounds. Now it's Master Chief versus a billion lions.
Master Chief.
Easy.
Yeah. Lions?
Yeah.
I understand the billion lions, but I think this time we can dismiss.
I don't think.
Master Chief runs on constant post-nut clarity. He has an overshield, and it's like, wow, what are you gonna do, bro?
I don't think Master Chief has 1 billion bullets.
No, actually, you're right. He probably couldn't. He does have his fist.
He's got an overshield, which probably protects against... Considering that a shield can take multiple plasma attacks, it can take a few line swipes. I don't fucking care.
It's a billion lion.
It's
billion. It's a million.
A million. You sound like a 14-year-old. Cancelled. I'm gonna make a meme. I'll portray you as the Wojak and the Soy Jack, and you'll lose.
And him as the Chad.
Yep, I'm the Chad. You're the. I win.
Yeah, I think he wins actually on that. I think out of pure principle, he wins.
Anyway, this is giving me a headache. I need a shower.
You're a headache.
Yes,
Your mom is giving me a headache.
What meta, dude?
Yeah,
What does that even mean? What does that even mean?
Oh, my nose is so itchy.
Ada picks his nose. Ada picks his nose.
No, I'm blowing my nose into tissues. I'm trying to mute because my nose is. I made French toast, and I think it has severely set off my allergies. I don't know what it was.
Can we talk about how good French toast is real quick?
It's fucking delicious, dude. It's
Oh my
so good.
fucking god.
It's so yummy in my tummy. Sorry.
No, not sorry. You do not have to apologize over French toast. French toast is the greatest thing since sliced bread, and it's understandable because it is sliced bread, but better.
Exactly. It's like you took sliced bread, you improve on it with toast, and then you improve on toast with French toast. That's insane.
It's
That's all I gotta say.
unreal.
Unheard of. I think Nomad wants us to end the podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nomad's not really happy with us having fun, is he?
No, that's really not it.
sick.
You guys can talk about French toast all you want. But yeah,
Well,
no.
we appreciate you being the recording for this
Yeah.
episode of the podcast.
Yeah, you better appreciate me, witness me.
I do. I appreciate you, and everyone else appreciates us. Just like we said, we're bringing full circle back to the beginning of the podcast. Leave a thank you down in the comments below with how much you are thankful for this podcast and how much
you'd be willing to come
how
on.
awesome we are.
And we'll tell you if
many of
your
you-
praise is good enough for us to notice you.
Yes. Go ahead down in the comments.
We're definitely not gonna put you on the list.
We're not going to put you on the list. Go ahead and beg down below to be the next guest on the podcast, and we will not put
And
you on
tell
the
you
list.
what, I'll pitch in even worse. If you beg hard enough, if you like bootlick us hard enough, we just might consider taking you off the list.
No.
Just might.
No, hey, good man. That was a
I'm
test.
not.
That was a
No.
test.
Yeah,
That was
no,
a test,
that's
and you
not
succeeded.
happening. I spend way too much money on those hitmen to just take you off the list. That's fucking stupid.
Anyway, you guys have a
but
great
yeah.
one.
Hey, thank you guys as well. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe.
Subscribe. All right.
Bye bye.